Women, good morning. I am being called this morning to do a reading for the Feminine Collective. What a week. Oh my goodness. This transition through the 4-4 portal, post-eclipse, Mercury going direct, Venus is doing its thing, it's about to go direct. So really, really big turning point for Divine Feminine collective or feminine collective. So I'm feeling it. I'm sure you're all feeling it. We're all tired. We're all in deep awakening. Really a lot of truth coming to the surface. So let's get into a read. It's interesting because I just saw this card before as I was pre-shuffling. I've just gone to shuffle and this card was actually up against the rest of the deck. So first out, and it's all over the place, Healing Earth, the power to give and receive healing. So that's incredibly powerful. 46, 4 and 6 is 10. So breaking down to a 1, 10 being end, absolute end of a cycle, reset. And 1 being a new beginning. So complete reset there. And look at this. This is standing in power and using that beautiful balanced energy within you, the healing or the healing that you have completed that is within you, and that healed energy, that's bringing that in as your gift and raising the frequency of the earth's grid. So there you go, the power to give and receive. This is balance. This is giving and receiving. No more depletion. No more of the feminine being required to overgive, overextend in her energy. It's time for that balance and symbiosis to come in, which then places you in the most powerful energy. Wherever you walk, wherever you go, you are raising the grid, you are raising the consciousness of the planet, you are raising the consciousness of those around you. So in a balanced way that does not deplete you. So really interesting that energy has come out in that way. That's, yeah, that makes complete sense. So before I go on, I forgot to say, if you're watching on YouTube, can you please subscribe and like? Your comments are most appreciated, shares are most appreciated. We would love to grow the Empress Rising channel. If you're watching on Facebook also, please give us some energy, share that, follow and comment your experience. It's most greatly appreciated. It serves as an energy exchange as well and helps to add your energy into the readings. We can bring through some more messages that might resonate more deeply for you and make you a part of the Empress Rising collective. So appreciate you tuning in and giving that energy. I feel like that's complete from that deck. That gives us an overarching energy for the read for Divine Feminine. My energy is quite shaky this morning. I'm struggling to get words out, and there's this realignment of energy. I'm feeling like my energy was here and it's not quite there anymore, but it's not quite where it's going anymore either. It's kind of in the, so there's a kind of, it's hard to explain. It's like a fragmented feeling, but it's not quite the fragmentation that we're used to in the past. There's more of a stability around it and an okayness or a peace in that, not so much fragmentation, but a peace in the feeling of external chaos. There's this real inner stability. So even though, there's a sense of instability or chaos around, there's this, okay, well, it's there, but it doesn't have as much pull. It doesn't have as much impact or as much pull, or we don't have to work so hard to center ourselves and navigate that, if that makes sense. I hope that is I hope that helps someone that or any of you that are experiencing that. Let's get into some tarot. I've got a feeling it's like, for me, usually I can jump into a read, and I'm hesitant at the moment because there's this new energy coming in, and I'm like, wait, hang on. There's a new way. It's a really weird energy. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm going to use a different deck this morning. Some messages for the feminine collective right now, moving through transition. The feminine collective, we want to know what's happening for the feminine collective. Clarity, direction, guidance, highest truth, not my truth, not her truth, not their truth, creator's truth, highest truth. Messages only from the highest vibrational light and love. No protection required. Usually I would bring in protection and ask for any interfering energies to be blocked, but I don't get a sense that that's required. Like, the message I'm getting around that is that the protection, it's effortless now. It's effortless. It doesn't need to be called in. It doesn't need to be a thing that is consciously done or consciously navigate. It's effortless. The protection is there because the raising of frequency for the feminine collective has occurred. Therefore, that there's no battles anymore. It's over. It's done. So we just say highest vibrational light and love. You align with that, or you take a hike. Yeah. There's no trespass here. No trespass. The sign's up. We didn't even put it up. Spirit did. I don't know if that makes sense. Wheel of Fortune, fate. Yeah? Fate. Okay, the wheel is turned. Karmic balance coming in. King of Cups in reverse. Interesting, because this has come out a lot. This energy has been coming up a lot. The King of Cups in reverse. So that is a very emotionally imbalanced energy. And I feel that this is where what the masculine energies are moving through at the moment, through this shadow phase. And like, we always, when we go through a healing, whether it's personally or collectively, individually or collectively, we're going to go into the shadow energies first, right? And there's the raising of that and the clearing of that. And so, the King of Cups in the upright, like, that is the loving, caring, kind, spiritual, connected, warm-hearted, generous energy of the masculine, being a king energy. In the reverse, he's cold. His heart is closed, okay? This is a closed off, completely imbalanced, can be manipulative, can be abusive. I feel that is really raising at this time in the collective. It may even be raising within you, feminine, if you are predominantly feminine. We all have those energies or traits, okay? Everything is a balance of masculine and feminine energy. But I'm talking to the feminine collective, and I'm differentiating between the feminine and masculine collective. We don't, in Empress Rising, we don't play into the whole, you can be either, like, you're a man or you're a woman. That's where we stand. If you don't like that, you can go to another reader, that's fine. That's our value system and our beliefs and how we navigate these energies. So the King of Cups in reverse is very much not together at all. Cold, very cold, closed off, not listening to intuition, no empathy, no compassion, struggling with self-worth, manipulation, manipulative, disconnected energy. feel like you've dealt with this a lot. Yeah, feminine, Queen of Cups. Here you are. Here's the Queen of Cups in the upright, yeah? So we've got the King of Cups in reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups in the upright, okay? So here's the masculine and the feminine aspects, those energies, and look at polar opposites, yeah? So these counterparts here, they're not aligning. You're already there, feminine, in this Queen of Cups. That's the transition. That's what's just occurred. That's what you've just moved through. This is what the feminine collective has just moved through. Yeah, we have the Magician and the High Priestess in the reverse. You have... dark magic. There's been a lot thrown at you. A lot has come your way. A lot you've had energies against you. There's been manipulation. There's been outright spell work, ritual, dark magic. I'm looking at a fly right on my window right now, and I got to that's a monitoring. That's okay. We'll block. So yeah, there's been a whole lot come your way, and it will operate, that kind of stuff, that kind of energy coming at you, that lower vibrational blocking, or there's a blinding energy here. The masculine collective being influenced by lower energies, or by outside or interfering energies, or by dark magic or manipulation or whatever. If it's outside groups, if it's just people close to you on a 3D level, influence from family, friends, you know, against you, right? If you're walking this path, divine feminine, you've been the bad guy. You've been scapegoated, outed, right? Because people aren't used to you. People don't know, most people don't know unconditional love. And most people, if they are operating from a lower vibrational or a lower state of consciousness where codependency is normal, where lying, manipulating, you know, where the lower shady stuff and not being in truth, where that's normal, people will assume that everybody operates like that, okay? So you move differently because you wear your heart on your sleeve. You tell the truth. You don't manipulate. You don't use people to get a leg up. You just stand in your truth and you walk your path. You don't get revenge. If someone wrongs you, you just take the higher road. Okay? You don't talk shit about people behind their backs. If someone, you know, screws you over, you'll be like, okay, all right, I'll heal and grow and I'll move on. Yeah? And I'll learn my boundaries and I'll say thank you for the lesson and off I go. I'm not going to turn around and throw that person under the bus or try and get payback, yeah? But a lot of people who do operate that way, they're going to assume that you do. So that's what this is about. This is about copying the projection of humanity's shadow, okay? And that's a path that we have walked as feminine, standing in truth. It's operating through this King of Cups in the reverse at the moment, and so the masculine energies are in a deep purge and they are fighting inwardly. They're in inner turmoil. They're in a battle within their souls. I can feel the masculine energy on the periphery of this reading, and I'm trying not to tap into that because that's you know, that's men's business. Okay, they're in what they're in. This is about feminine, but I can also feel that energy of the masculine collective in the periphery, in great despair, and in the physical being very closed off and pulled in and not expressing, and even possibly outright hating on you. I just heard the words like hating on you for what I've done. I just heard hating on you for what I've done. I've just heard the masculine say, yeah, and you just standing in where you're at. It's like I'm getting that energy. It's like they want, I'm going to take this down to a collective so I can tell the story easier, because I'm stumbling over my words. I'm hearing a masculine saying, I'm hating on you for what I've done, but I don't know how to process or deal with any of that. And so you have stood in your power, in your boundaries, in your truth, in your love, in unconditional love. And they're not used to that. They're not used to that. And so they're trying to find a way to process that and to come forward in truth. Yeah, looking at things a different way. The Hanged Man. Come back to the feminine, please, Spirit. Come back to the feminine. We allow masculine to move through whatever he is moving through. Page of Swords, the Moon. He's confused. I just get this like utter confusion. It like this energy is relentless. It's like in the ethers, it's like he's coming in with like his energy is there and wanting to come, but it's so confused. Page of Swords, the Moon in reverse. Like, it's messy. It's a really erratic, messy energy. It's a massive paradigm shift. Masculine energies are in a big awakening. There's the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Yeah? They're in a battle for their souls right now. They're in a battle for their souls. Yeah? That fly's gone now. Bye. See you, bye. So, look up monitoring spirits. If you're walking this path, you'll know. You'll know, sister. You'll know. Okay, what else does the feminine need to know, please? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody wanted to be taken care of, yeah? But in a very imbalanced way. I spoke about this the other day, about women, particularly mothers, like having doing everything, carrying everything, doing all the things, which is fine. You can do that as a mother, right? But if you feel like you are constantly drained and there's drama, Seven of Swords, see someone just getting away with having your energy, right? You're going to burn out. And it's going to be really difficult for you to hold everything. And so it becomes really quite imbalanced. And so, yeah, there's this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Queen of Pentacles is stable, loving, giving, works hard, like puts in the work, keeps things running. Like the Queen of Pentacles is a homebody. And whether that's a male or a female, right? They're stable and can run a home and provide, like a provider, and not just materially, like that's on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Like Queen of Pentacles is solid. So you'll find most single divine feminine single mothers who are walking this path will, have had no choice but to be the Queen of Pentacles. But there's a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here and a Seven of Swords. So someone's, like people have wanted to come in and be a part of your foundation, yeah? Or you've had to build the foundation, and you've had people who want to be taken care of, and you got to take care of your kids, right? And that's fine. But I feel like this is about the imbalance here, where the masculine, this is general collective, take what resonates, leave the rest. It's not for everybody, okay? This is just collective energy I'm picking up on. The masculine has come in, wanted to be a part of that foundation, but there's an imbalance in it. And so here we have the Queen of Pentacles, or the feminine, running the home, doing everything, being a mother, nurturing the kids, remembering everything, keeping everything running consistently in a stable way, balanced way, all right? Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually holding the energy in the home consistently in a stable way. And we have, the masculine energy wanting to come in, but not give back in an equal way. And we have, you know, the Queen of Pentacles. You've got to be able to give to yourself emotionally and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to be able to hold that foundation and do all the physical things and run everything, right? You have to be balanced within internally. And so if you have someone coming in and disrupting your peace and creating imbalance, then it's going to be chaos in your home. And I feel like this is where a lot of women are at the moment, particularly mothers. The devil, see, codependency. Yeah, this is where the feminine collective is at the moment, looking at, you know, well, what have I built? What am I holding? And where's the balance here? Where's the balance here? The World, Two of Wands. There's a completion around this, completing a cycle and closing out the codependency that has been the norm. It's like there's this is the feminine I'm picking up on. It's like, yeah, no more. I'm not doing this anymore. This might have been normal, and my mother might have done this, and my mother before her, and this might be the norm, but I'm not doing it. The World, complete. Two of Wands, reconsidering, looking at other options, looking at other plans. It's like there's got to be more. Going on a new journey. I'm done, she says. I'm done. Yeah? Comes back to this, the power to give and receive healing. Yeah? Balance. Balance, right? In a balanced way. It's like you're giving all the nurturing, you're doing all the work, not just physical work, you know, to raise the kids and show them the way and hold the energy in the home. Who's holding the energy for you? Temperance, balance. It's all balancing out. This is a natural cycle for feminine. This is a natural evolution. Like there's divine timing in it. It's flowing with the energies, the cosmic energies, the astrological alignments, everything where we go. This is all a natural cycle playing out within these collective energies. So if you're in this, moving through this, please know that this is far bigger than you. Far bigger. I just saw 2, 2, 2, 2, 22, 22. So I'm going to wrap this up soon. Otherwise this reading is going to go forever. The Tower, the Star. Yeah. So new foundation, the Tower. The Tower is represents your foundation. Your foundation is changing, and it's swift and it's sudden. It's an awakening or something happening. It's like everything is burning to the ground, ready for you to build anew. So you can't build a 5D life on a 3D foundation. You can't build a high vibrational way of being on a low vibrational foundation. So if the energy in your home, your relationship, your friendships, your family, whatever it is you're connected to, or that is your foundation, that has been your security, that's changing. The Star, right? That's the future. That's healing. That's you moving into your destiny. We had the Wheel of Fortune out before, okay? So that's the first card. So this is fate, destiny, count the Star. Very similar, okay? We have fate and we have the Star. So moving forward into the North Node, into the future, yeah? That is your path. That is your destiny. That this new foundation is your destiny, okay? So at the moment we're in the rebuild, yeah? It can look like destruction, but it's to get you to release what's not in alignment with that. So if you're wanting to head somewhere, you can't hold on to the things that don't support that, or that can't provide a foundation for that. Because if you try and build something, you know, higher vibrational or something steady, if you go and stack on, you know, and build a business or a future or a home or whatever it is that wherever you're wanting to head, if you try and build that on a shaky foundation, it's going to fall down. Yeah. So the Star is about your future and your blessings and fated alignments, right? And moving into, moving into the future, moving into your destiny. Karmic rewards, Wheel of Fortune, you can't move into that unless you realign. So it's a time now to go inward. It's a time now to look at where your stability is, finding this energy, the King of Pentacles, stability, security, consistency, solid, stable foundation, whether that's the people that you're aligning with or the things you're aligning with, jobs, relationships, groups, friendships, you know, whatever it is, or just within you, where you're aligning and where you're putting your energy and what you're allowing in your life. Yeah. Okay. It's time to look at that and build that. And everything else needs to be released. Yeah. If it's yours, it'll come back around. If it's for you and it's aligned, it'll come back around. Yeah. Whether it's him, whether it's them, whether it's, you know, if it's whoever, whatever it is, if it's whatever it is, if it's a partner, if it's a relationship, if it's a friendship, if it's a family member, you know, that's all a really hard path. You know, we've got to be willing to stand in truth. So if you're feeling like you've been blocked, you know, that's why Six of Swords, can't move on. We've got to release. It's time to release now. Yeah. I feel like this is about relationship. I feel like this is primarily about masculinity, femininity. It's about the feminine in the home environment, in the like in motherhood. I feel like that's the energy I'm getting. It's like, well, if you can't give me stability, I can't give these kids stability. I can't have stability within myself, within my home. And you know that you can have that. You know that you can hold that. So are you going to allow anybody to rattle that foundation, to rock that foundation? A lot of relationships really realigning. 8 of Wands in the reverse. So someone's not communicating. Someone's not communicating. They want to, all those cards just spell out. They want to, but they're not. They're not. Three of Wands, not moving forward. Left, you're holding the cup. 3 of Cups, you want a 3 of Cups. There's the Emperor. You know what you want. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you're worth. You know exactly what you will and won't settle for. And it's time to stand in that. It's time to stand in that. Wish fulfillment, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. You know, some fun, some romance, some lightness. Lighter way of being. Community. People celebrating around you. You know, 3 of Cups, the Emperor. Finish. Close this out, please. Spirit, what else does the feminine need to know? Judgment in the reverse, justice in the reverse. Yeah. There's a lot of masculine energies that do not want to budge, do not want this to close out, do not want you to grow, do not want you to go through this, but you must. Yeah. Judgment in the reverse, justice in the reverse. They are resistant. 3 of Swords. Heartbreak, grief, holding on to it. 8 of Cups, don't want to go on the path, don't want to go on the new journey, don't want to give. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles and 10 of Cups in the reverse. That's like, don't want to give, can't move forward, unstable, unhappy. Like, I don't want to give to you, or I can't, I'm not capable, I don't want to do the work, or I don't want to go through, I don't want to match your energy in that alignment, in that mental, emotional, spiritual, on those levels. But I also don't want to let you go because I don't want to go through the heartbreak. Yeah. 10 of Wands, time to put it down, let it go. It is time to put down the burden. That is a witch being burned, and you, if that resonates with you, if you feel that in your body, watch my video from a little while ago about what was it? choosing sacred, choose sacred, and watch who rises and who falls, okay? Because I spoke about burning the witch, the modern day representation of burning the witch. And this is about the feminine and masculine energies, yeah? It's time to hand the responsibility back and let the masculine walk his path and his journey. It is not your responsibility to carry anybody. There's the Queen of Wands. Then you can move forward. There's the Ace of Swords. There's the Epiphany. Six of Cups. There's the Balance. The Empress. Balance. Stability. Five of Cups. Yeah, okay. All right. So it's like a double-edged, it's like duality. We have to move through the duality and the acceptance of that, the acceptance of those opposing energies, because that's how we learn and we grow, and we have to move through the dualistic energies and the loss and the, you know, okay, and accept that things are where they are at and that we're not getting what we want, right? At that time, in that situation, whatever it may be. Okay, so accepting the loss, the Five of Cups, and moving through that. All right, but it's going to take you into, because the thing is, whenever you don't move through this, you're not going to be in your energy, in your independence, in your power. All right, it's the moving through this, the dualistic energy, that's going to take you into your own energy. Your Empress. Seven of Wands, Three of Pentacles, moving forward. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's the release of that will bring in the people that will work with you. And that's divinely ordered. Spirit will bring that to you. You won't have to even make the decisions once you release that energy. Once you make a decision, you stand in that and you know exactly where you're going, what you want, and you sit in that energy. Once you sit in that energy, stand in it, you're going to set it and you send it out to the universe, yeah? Spirit will hear you. They are going to bring you people who will work with you, who will respect you, who will honor your energy, your contribution, your skills, your talents, your uniqueness. Yeah, and work with you and around that, in harmony with you, putting in the work. Yeah, not competing with you, not in competition with you, not displacing you. Yeah. Three of Pentacles, that feels like, you know, everybody knowing their place and working around each other. The Eight of Pentacles, working in harmony. Yeah. One more. Two more. Strength. Transformation, okay? Ending and beginning, that's rebirth. Rebirth, transformation, yeah? And strength. Stand in your strength. Stand in your strength. That's all we need from the tarot. I feel like that's pretty complete for anyone who needed that message. That's a completed cycle, dear feminine. What a huge transition. So let's get, I feel like that's pretty complete, and I've just 3 I've seen 2 2 2 2 and now 3 3 3 3. So let's get some support from the Goddess Power Oracle. We're going to call in some feminine support. So only the highest vibrational love and light, only an equal and reciprocal energy. There is no summoning here. We don't do that. So we only allow energies to come forth in support in the highest vibrational love and light. The highest way for the feminine collective, please. Guidance, advice, support for the feminine collective. The highest and best way. Highest and best way. Highest, best and safest way. Ishtar. There's two. Hecate. I'm not sure how to say that. Hecate. Some people say it differently. So goddess, please forgive me. The in-between, yeah, the crossroads. It's interesting. I was just having a back and forth with a really beautiful, close friend of mine this morning and checking into where we are at and whether, you know, us individually just sharing experiences and looking at the feminine collective. It's a crossroads right now. So yeah, perfect that she's coming in to support. So standing at the crossroads and knowing that whichever path is taken, it will be taken in full power. Yeah. And anyone who's going to meet you, anyone who's coming along with you, is going to walk with you in equal reciprocity, and they're going to meet you at that crossroads. Not you be pulled down into their path. They will meet you at that crossroads and walk with you in equal partnership in whichever direction you choose to take. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this energy. Yeah, Ishtar communion. So I'm not really familiar with Ishtar. Your intimate relationship with the invisible world is being called upon right now as you enter unfamiliar environments and situations. It's time to commune with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe in her most collaborative form. The world then becomes your oracle as it opens up and communicates everything you need in the form of signs, omens, and messages. Now is the time to pay attention to synchronicities and those moments when logic and reason fail to give you the full picture. The Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar reminds you of the time in her ancient temples when her priestesses served as oracles, communing with the goddess and imparting wisdom to the people who sought guidance. Look at everything in your life as an opportunity for communion, losing the need for self-centeredness, connecting to source in a sacred, intimate way. You will not pray on your knees as a supplicant. You engage the great goddess as a partner in co-creation, participating in the making of worlds. No one needs to rescue you when you act empowered, aware, and awake to the wondrous miracle you're a part of. Yeah, so that's a big shift in the collective consciousness away from religion and, worshipping in those patriarchal structures. Yeah, so that's bringing in that energy of, I am feminine and I do commune with the goddess, and you come to my table because we co-create. There is no one higher than the other. This is co-creation. This is standing in the power of the feminine energy and bringing that goddess energy back into the grid and bringing things back into balance. And that's really probably fueling that imbalance in the masculine energies. And they have to now, the masculine is now reconsidering how he connects with the feminine and how he approaches her, how he deals with her in his life. Feminine in his life, feminine energy in general is, just an energy, or within him as well. So let's complete the reading with a relationship oracle and set a frequency. So let's call it a frequency, or let's get the overarching frequency that divine feminine is walking or setting, the frequency that's going into the grid, the frequency emanating at the moment. Yeah, authenticity. Cannot even make it up if I tried. Authenticity. So there's the frequency. being set. So tune into, you know, that sacred geometry and the codes in that, and the way that that feels and the way that that resonates when you sit in it and stand in it, when you will not be shaken out of that. When you walk in your truth and in your authenticity, you cannot help but activate people around you. You cannot help but to give people permission to do the same. It's going to trigger some people and inspire others. Okay, but it's not your responsibility to manage people's triggers or to shrink yourself or fall out of this authenticity or dim your light because others are afraid of that, because they don't like that. Stand in that authenticity, set that frequency, send it out into the world, and watch what happens. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others as well as with ourselves. Yeah, that is proper freedom. That's freedom. Yeah, walk in that. That's your truth, and that will save the world. Is there anything else to come through for Divine Feminine, please? Yes, there is. One more for Divine Feminine. Surrender your addictions. So where are you looking for a dopamine hit? Where are you looking to numb? What habits are you trying to break for you to sit with those aspects of yourself that are real and genuine that you'd rather not look at? So where sometimes we can numb ourselves because we're afraid of the truth of where we're at, and whether that's, you know, like in standing in your power, or even just acknowledging our shadow aspects, or things about ourselves that might not feel so comfortable to sit with. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. I'm getting from that, the addiction is codependency and relationships, love. So we can have a love addiction. We can, particularly for Divine Feminine, this is what I've seen moving through the collective, and for myself as well on my own healing journey. It's been a big part of my own journey, is learning how we use relationships or love or taking care of others as a way to feel feminine, as a way to feel, you know, that we're able to be in that nurturing energy, or that, you know, that, or as a way to even try and get appreciation or admiration from the masculine. So it's a manipulative kind of, you know, it's not conscious, it's subconscious, and it's trauma based. So yeah, really look into that for yourself and stand in that, acknowledge it. Okay, it's okay, we've all been there, we've all walked through it. Okay, it just stand in it, stand in the truth, and acknowledge where you haven't been, where you have given yourself away, or you've shrunk yourself to numb something, to numb, you know, even a fear of being alone, a fear of whatever it is, stepping into your power, or whatever it is. It feels like the codependency is the key theme to that. So if that resonates for you, please look up codependency. There's a lot of literature out there. There's a lot of resources out there on codependency. If you're really struggling with that, it's the number one. It is the number one symptom of trauma. Okay, if we had trauma, if we had dysfunctional childhood dynamics, which, like, none of us grew up in perfect conditions. Okay, we have generational trauma, and it's rolled down for centuries now. So codependency has actually become normalized. Okay, but it's time to start looking at that, because these higher relationships, higher unions, higher timelines that don't, higher love, divine union, it does not operate on codependency. There's no need for the other, there's no attachment. So attachment is at that's the root of codependency. So it's time to start looking at and untangling that for ourselves and for our children, so that we can be free. And that right there is what is going to dismantle or affect the collective grid, the global grid, the earth grid, and bring down these structures that are built on that kind of energy. So whatever you move through within you, right? If you're walking this path, this is far beyond you. It is far, far beyond you and your relationship and your healing. Your healing individually has a far greater impact than just you and those around you. You're impacting the grid, the energetic grid of the earth. And that is what is raising the collective consciousness. So as more go through and do this healing, particularly, the feminine goes first. It's going to structure that. It's going to topple those structures that are built on that energy, that frequency. You put this frequency out into the world and watch it multiply and amplify and really, really have a positive effect globally across the grid. So that's all I have to say. This has been a long reading. I hope that this has helped. If you feel like you would like to have a personal reading, the details are on the Empress Rising website. I'm working Fridays and Saturdays at this stage, and counseling and psychotherapy as well. So I work online and also in the Lismore and Ballina regions, Bunyan country. I'm on Widjabul and Nyangbul country working, so reach out. If you are not called to that and this reading has helped, please give some energy just with a like or a follow or a comment. I love you all so much. I'm really tired after that reading. I hope that you all get some really much needed rest and just nurturing, self-nurturing coming into this full moon. So things are coming to a head. Stand in your truth, stand in your sacred, stand in your power, and be the one standing, be the one standing magnetically in your own energy. Okay, and you will draw in only things, people and things that align with that. Yeah, you are sacred. I love you women so much.